having those concrete goals, having those and holding yourself accountable. I have books, I have these everywhere, and I write down everything all over, and being mindful of that, of being holding yourself accountable for what you say you want to do. And you have to have goals, yes, but you also have to take action on those goals.
Here we are, friends, family, children of all ages, coaches of all ages. If you haven't met me, I'm Hanna. I am our lead success coach who hangs out mostly in the Accelerator Mastermind, our year-long business development program for coaches here at High Impact Coaching. And today I am bringing over Tavia. Tavia is one of our clients and a health coach and the founder of the Sweet Life.
Yep, Sweet Life Coaching. Yeah.
Yeah, Sweet Life Coaching. Amazing. And I wanted to bring Tavia over to shed some light on what her experience has been in this journey of building a business, not just in a couple of months, but in a whole year of working with us. So Tavia, before we dig into your big insights, tell us a little bit about your background, like what led you to even become a health coach and start the Sweet Life in the first place.
Sure, certainly. Yeah. So I started my journey in 2018, and prior to that, I was very sick. I was diagnosed with Lyme disease, and back in 2014, 2015, I guess it was. So I was really sick, and I always had a kind of a background in medical. I was a radiographic technician. I'd always done a lot of nutritional work and stuff like that. So I was always kind of my passion. And then once I got sick, my passion became my purpose. And so what happened was I remember laying there telling my husband, something bigger, better I'm supposed to be doing with this. This is not me. This is not who I am. I'm not supposed to be Tavia Lyme. It's, and so, and then it just kind of fell into my lap of becoming a health coach. I started doing some research. I actually was going to go back to med school and become a naturopathic doctor, believe it or not. But I thought, with my still battling my illness and stuff, it might be a little too much stress.
Yeah.
So I was able to do the online courses through the Health Coach Institute. And then I did both health coach, life coach. I did the mastery level coaching. And then I continued on and did functional nutrition coach course also, and getting certified in that as well. So with the experience of my own experience of being sick and what worked for me, and then combining that with the knowledge, the schooling and whatnot, I just kind of took off from there and started building a practice. And so I just hit my 2-year official mark in August this last month.
Yeah.
And I've coached well over, I think I'm approaching 200 people now. And it's growing, and I'm getting referrals, and then getting business from all different kinds of sources. And it's been wonderful. I'm changing lives. I'm seeing like incredible results from people, and it's everything I dreamed of.
I love that. And I mean, in the span of life and business, like 2 years is really a blink of an eye, right? To say you were diagnosed in 2018 and like you turned this, what was that?
2015.
2015 you were diagnosed, but in 2018 you were at the point of like, I'm going to make this a business, right? So 18 being like business, and having the studying, having the experience. I think so many people can relate to turning your problem or your hardship into your purpose. And your passion, right? Making not just your passion a hobby or a thing you're going to do for free for your girlfriends on the weekend or your cousin who calls you up, but like actually making this a thriving and growing business in such a short amount of time is remarkable. And I know we have a lot of health coaches, other, graduates of the program that you recommended, and something I hear from them a lot. And, I heard from you too, but I want you to speak to this a little bit, is that those certifications teach you, how to coach and what you're going to do to help your clients get results, but they don't teach you how to get those clients. Was that your experience too?
Totally, totally. I went through all the courses and the knowledge was great and about health and stuff like that. But then I was like, oh, it doesn't teach you necessarily the business part of it, you
Right.
know, and I will say prior to me joining health high impact coaching, sorry, HIC, I did have a coach that coached me, and that is what catapulted me to go to Zander too, because I always I feel it's so important to have a coach.
Yeah.
And if you need a coach with direction and someone who's gone through this, you need someone that goes through this and leads you the way. There's no scripts, there's no nothing when you get your certificate from health coaching, it's like, oh, what next?
Right. Right. So you had all the knowledge, you were ready. What do you think were maybe the top few shifts for you to go from someone who just had the knowledge to someone who's now helped 200 people? Like, what were some of the shifts that you've worked through or learned in this past year or two?
Oh, good question. Gosh, some shifts. I would say definitely perseverance. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. You're going to get a lot of no's.
Gonna get a lot of no's. Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of no's, and you can let it hang with you, or you can slough it off and say, move on. So I'd say perseverance was one of them.
Before you move on from perseverance, I want to just hold down the button on this a little bit, because I think you're minimizing your own perseverance a little bit here. And not to put you on the spot or you need to share anything, but persevering through no's, absolutely. But you've also persevered through personal challenges, family, your own health, life stuff that has happened for you while persevering through sales. So can you talk to us a little bit about maybe what do you think helps you persevere, overcoming the no's, but also the life challenges that you faced as well? Is it just your sign, just deciding today's a good day, like your sign says right behind you? Is it just positive thinking, or what do you think it is?
I think having yes, that's something, of course, but I think the mindset is a big deal. And I also think having that team of supporting you, and saying, yes, you can, and having that team behind you is a big deal, and having that coach and that support and stuff is a big deal too. And having with HIC, and we have such an amazing group, and, and talking to Rusty and Lindsay and Allie, all the people in the group that are just so amazing. Also moving forward too, they inspire me, but my clients inspire me too. So when I talk about perseverance, I just told my client yesterday, I said, you're having success, but that inspires me to be a better coach, And so I would say, yeah, the clients too, are a big deal in helping me persevere and keep going and keep going. Absolutely.
Amazing.
I don't think I gave you top three yet.
Keep going. Yeah, no.
I don't know if you still want two more.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Lay on the other two.
So what else? I would say also holding myself accountability on myself, doing what I say, saying what I do. We all write down goals first of the year, just like people go into the gym. What happens in February, March, it goes like this. Having those concrete goals, having those and holding yourself accountable. I have books, I have these everywhere, and I write down everything all over, and being mindful of that, holding yourself accountable for what you say you want to do. And you have to have goals, yes, but you also have to take action on those goals.
Yes. Yeah.
So taking that extreme action.
I love working with you, Tavia, because every time I check in or we have a one-on-one, you're like, yeah, there's a lot going on, but I had 5 sales calls. I have 3 new clients. You just take the action. So you're yeah, I had this health thing, but I'm feeling better. And I just picked up the phone and just did the thing I needed to do. It's yes, because you can, manifest and affirm and journal and positive think your way into lots of goals, but you're never going to actually see that come to fruition unless you take those daily actions. And so, yes, holding yourself accountable. You are the queen of that. And I remember when we talked about, an assignment for you being just do something scary every single day.
Yeah.
And so you
Yeah.
were just picking up the phone, you were asking for a referral, you
Yeah.
were going live,
Yep.
right? Amazing.
Yep. Yeah, totally. Doing the scary, you know what? Yeah.
Scary shit, we can say it here. Okay,
Okay, all right.
anything else?
And
I
then,
had one, but go ahead. Last
oh
one.
no, go ahead. Tell me.
Well, I think something,
What were you gonna say?
yes, something I noticed for you. So I remember your kickoff call. It was one of the like first people I got to kick off into the launch program.
Yeah, you
Um,
were, yeah,
and having systems in place, because you've always had big
yeah,
goals, you've always been willing to like put yourself out there, make the asks, but having some like systems and this is the way you like actually get people to like re-enroll, because I know at the beginning it was like more of that like manifestation, like yeah, they just come to me and like yeah, I think they'll like me enough, they'll like me enough to keep working with me. But helping you like systematize lead generation and make sure that people like fit into a program, right? So that you
yeah,
can like scale and automate and like have this like business that is able to serve hundreds of people in a couple of years, but also give you the freedom and flexibility to like take care of the other things that you need and
right.
want.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, no, right. Yes, 100%. And having the systems, like that's one thing that's helpful when I joined HIC was having those systems in place and having a roadmap. I want to talk about that too. That's probably one of my third things too, is in this is having that roadmap. I always and practice what you preach, like I create a roadmap for people's health, but I need a roadmap too. And we as coaches, we need a roadmap. Where are we going? What's your goal? What's, all of those things, we need to lay it out. If you don't have a roadmap, then you're just kind of blind guiding through it. So having that roadmap and how, Zander's team, you guys laid out things, and, we have my calls, and even when I think I have it put together and I know it all, I don't. And letting go of that control, which I'm a control freak sometimes, and letting go of that as coaches, I think that's the other thing too. We gotta, and I remember Zander saying too, we have a marketing hat and we have a coach hat. We have different hats we wear too, and deciphering that in your roadmap. Okay, when is it time to coach? When is it time to be a marketer? That's an important thing too.
Yeah. And I think that's one of those absolutely the shifts that new coaches aren't aware of, right? We don't know what we don't know. And
Yeah.
it's a shift that I see some resist, right? Like, well, I signed up to coach. I want to change the world. Like, I'm just here to personal develop and sell world peace. And then you get into it, you might get some momentum at the beginning of your business, but again, to have this scalability, to have this long-term success quickly, even, you definitely have to embrace that marketing role. Right.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm curious, Tavia, for someone who's, had a lot of growth and hung around here for a bit, you could also remember that kickoff call with us, right? When you were joining, new with your certifications, coming in here, thinking back to that, Tavia, what do you wish you had known, or maybe more, what advice would you give to people who are just starting out on this journey?
Oh gosh, that's a big one. That's hard. That's actually really hard because I feel like everybody comes into this at different moments, at different phases. And for me, I have a real estate background. So I do have some marketing. I do have a lot of sales background and 16 years in it too. But, if you are like fresh out of the gates, just starting out, I would say let go of the expected. Let go of what's expected and let things just rise. Let them rise, let them occur, let them happen. Obviously, the perseverance, stay on task, hold true to what your goal is, hold true to who you are and what you want to be and what you want to accomplish. But all of that, yeah, let it rise, let it come, let it be. You're going to fall. You're going to fall flat on your face a couple times, and it's going to hurt and it's going to suck. And, just a couple days ago, I had someone that told me to F off, and that sucked, when I was trying to help them. But it was like, oh, you're not my person. And I always believe too that your soulmate clients come to you. I believe there's so many coaches on this earth, and there's what do we have? 3 billion people on our planet, or whatever. Yeah.
On the internet, we have that many alone. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of people. There's plenty of fish in the sea for everybody. So your people are going to come to you. The people that resonate with you are going to come to you. The people that every single one of my clients, I love. I love, 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 love. I can't honestly say I don't like or love one in the last 2 years. Maybe a couple dropped off, and but they never not liked me, and I never not liked them. And I believe they were connected to me for a reason. So believe in that. Believe your people will come to you. The people that are going to resonate with you, the people that you are made to touch their life are going to come to you.
Yeah.
100%, I believe that.
Your unwavering faith is inspiring. And, this is one of the pillars that we stand on. We stand on faith, functional systems, and family here. Right. And that faith piece, like Tavia has had a positive expectation that she can help that she can help people that she works with, that the people that she works with are going to be the perfect soulmate clients. And I hear often a very different story from some people, not calling anyone out. You might know who you are listening, but oh, it's going to be hard, or this is a really difficult case, or, oh, this person just isn't getting it. And like putting those negative expectations on your business, on yourself, on your clients, like you can go down that route, but doesn't this feel a lot better for everyone? Like trusting that the right people will come to you and you will be able to help them, right? Everything is a miracle or nothing is. I love that mindset and sentiment.
Trust the process. Yeah, and trusting the process, and trust that I believe everything happens for a reason, no matter what your belief is, your higher power you believe in. If you don't believe in God, you believe in God. Whatever you believe in, trust in that power, and it will lead you. And I fully believe that. I believe in God. I believe there's a higher power, but I believe, and my faith also has got me through that too, and one of the things you said too is, and you touched on, I'm not going to go into all my medical history or anything like that, but I have had some medical challenge. I still battle with things because of the Lyme disease. And I want to let people know that too, that I don't have awesome days all days. I don't. I have some days when I have to be like, I got to step back, do self-care day. I got to take care of me. I got something flaring up. I got something going on, and I just got to do it. And with coaches too, you are taking care of someone else. And whether you're a business coach or a health coach, it doesn't matter. You are still expelling energy, and you got to take care of you. And that was one thing my doctor told me to do when I became a health coach. He's like, Tavia, don't get burned out. He goes, you have a health history, and you have to take care of you. And so when you're asking me another thing I would tell new coaches is, you can get burned out on this. You have to time block. You have to take time for you. You have to expel that energy that comes in. You got to get it out. Go ground yourself. Do things for you too, because it will consume you, and you will get burned out.
Mm-hmm.
We just want, and as help, because we just want to help. I just want to help and take it all on. But I'm like, okay, I've learned. So that's a big lesson I've learned in the last years. Okay, it's okay to say no. It's okay to put a waiting list and say, I'm not available until such and such date. If they don't wait, then they're not your ideal client. They're not made for you.
Yeah. And this comes back to that faith, right? So the big things I'm hearing when we talk about, lessons learned in this year of business, not just coaching, but the business also side of things, the marketing hat. You said number one, well, I'm gonna go to number two because I remember it. Number two is holding yourself accountable. So, taking scary actions every single day, even if you don't know what you're doing or how to do it, but just like getting into that action. Number three, I mentioned like having the systems and the community and the people to like help you figure out that roadmap like you talked about. What was the first one? Why can't I remember your first one? It was a good one.
Perseverance.
Yes, of course. Like that is Tavia. Like if you had a tattoo on your forehead, it would say perseverance. How could I not remember that? Perseverance, knowing it's going to be a marathon, not a sprint. And this comes back to the self-care conversation. Like it's a marathon, right? So you take these daily actions, you do what you can, but you also have to recharge your battery if you want to be able to do all of these things that we just talked about for the long term, not just 8 weeks, not just 8 months, but to create that impact, that legacy that I know most of you listening have a lifelong time. Amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Tavia is part of our community here. You guys can find her in all of our Facebook groups if you just want to, share her some love or connect with her to network in some ways. High Impact Coaching 2.0 is our public group. If you are listening to the podcast here, we look forward to continue this conversation with all of you coaches who are persevering and making a big impact in the world. So Tavia, thank you for your time and keep up the great work.
Thanks. Thanks, Hanna.
Of course.